Hey, it's Paul from China Cash Buyers here in South Beach, Miami, Florida. Absolutely awesome place. Such a great place. We've been here for a couple days. We've had a great time. I'm wearing this shirt, very boring, but I'm getting ready to take it off and head out to the beach. We filmed in this direction because it was one of the few directions we could film legally, if you know what I mean. So this is an absolutely great place. And today we're going to talk about how to use art to sell real estate. Now, everybody knows that at the Sotheby's and all the big art auctions right now, they're being bought up by wealthy Chinese guys and women. It's happening all the time. Anybody in the art business can tell you that it's a huge thing, and there's actually massive auctions that are starting in China alone, purchasing some of the most expensive artwork in the world. So art is obviously an interest. Real estate, we all know, as realtors, we all know, real estate agents, we all know that Chinese are buying real estate. But how can you market properties in a creative way that has some kind of an added value to the buyer and to yourself without spending any money, right? We're always trying to think of the smartest ways because we don't want you to be wasting your marketing dollars on things that A, are risky, or B, don't work. So what I found in Miami is really interesting, and it doesn't just work in Miami, but this is what's happening here. There was a new complex, okay? So brand new, very nice, Class A, ultra wealthy, very nice building. And what they did is we had them put art. There was an artist, a local artist, that was having basically a debut or some kind of show, and at the same time as basically the building was going on sale. So what they did was we had them put the artwork into basically the public space of the building, and Fendi designed the furniture. So what happened was the opening invited a lot of wealthy Chinese people to come and look at the artwork at the same time as look at the building. Absolutely perfect combination, because the wealthy buyers, they felt like it was special. You know, it wasn't just a regular showing. You know, it's like, hey, you know, I got 10 minutes, let me show you the house, right? This was a well thought out, professional, very high end, just really expertly done. And that's what I recommend. I would say that's one great way that you can do it, and how you could even top what we did this first time. One way to top it would be to think of something that you could do. What could you do that's added value? And I was thinking about it this morning, and I think next time what we'll do is provide some kind of special experience for the buyers. So you already got one thing, two birds with one stone. You have an apartment building, Class A, that's being sold to wealthy buyers. You're inviting the buyers. You're having an opening for an exhibition on the same day. What could you do to make it even better? What could you do that wouldn't cost you any money? What you could do, and I highly recommend this, is to set up some kind of special time with the artist. So, for example, the artist takes a picture with your buyers. Maybe he explains something. He can take a video where he's explaining about his artwork, why he did this, why he did that. If you need a translator, you can always get a translator very easily. A lot of these wealthy buyers, their English is pretty good, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But basically, you could have some kind of special thing, right? So they feel like, I'm meeting the author, right? And also they get a picture. What's the other advantage? Tell me, you know. WeChat. Then they're gonna post that on WeChat, you post it on WeChat, and you tag them. When you tag somebody on WeChat, WeChat is the Chinese, essentially Facebook. Think of it as a Chinese Facebook. When you tag them on WeChat, what'll happen is all their friends will see that this famous artist was taking a picture with them, and he was explaining. You could do a video, you could upload a video, show the artist talking to the buyer. Beautiful thing to do. Doesn't cost you a penny. Often the buyers, what we experienced was the buyers bought art and apartments. So you can win on both sides. The artist wins, you win, you win it for the sale, you also win for your prestige. And you win because a lot of this is if you want to do double, triple, quadruple win, what I would do is I would contact a local reporter who's in, like, say, business section or real estate section. Tell them what you're doing. You're doing this opening. So it's a special, this artist, he's doing and you're also, the same day, you're showing this brand new thing, and you're bringing Chinese buyers. Those Chinese buyers, combined with the art, combined with the new building, the increased tax revenue for the city, very, very happy story. Often very easy to get someone to write a story on you and you win and your agency wins big time, because now you're a well-known figure. You've got your, every time someone comes in, you can show this new newspaper article about you opening with this artist, and very special day, and the pictures of the buyers. If the buyers are camera shy, that's okay. Have them turn around and just do the back of their heads, and you can have the back of their heads in the video too. Or you can even have them off the set and have the artist talking to them, but the viewer understands they're talking to wealthy Chinese investors who would like to remain anonymous, which is also, let's face it, secrets are what everybody, the number one secret to copywriting is secrets. Something's secret, something special. People want to find out what it is. They're interested, they click on it, right? So having somebody who's camera shy is fine. You can still do the same thing. You just have to have not their face on camera, right? So there you go, there's some ideas. I hope it's handy. This is here in Miami. I'll throw in a couple of tidbits about Miami. It's the 7th biggest city in the world economically. It's bigger than Phoenix, but a lot of people don't know. And what's interesting about Miami for Chinese buyers is traditionally Miami is all Latino. You know, it's Latino from Cuba and down to South America, coming up and investing, wealthy Brazilians investing in Miami. But things have changed. Things have changed in a big way. The US government is now dealing directly with the Cuban government. So what happened? The need for Miami as a bridge is disappearing. So things are changing. Ethnically, things are changing too, because there's a couple of very, very powerful Chinese real estate guys who believe that Miami can be the next, town for Chinese, and they're planning this long term. So this is definitely in the works, and I think the reason why they chose Miami is because of the buildings here. They're right in front of the water, tall skyscrapers right on the water, very similar to what you'd see in China. You would see that exact same look in China and other parts of Asia. So it's very Asian to have these kind of hotels and large, expensive apartments right on the building, right on even a place like South Beach, one of the most popular and crowded beaches in the world. So it's a huge city. Chinese developers are coming in. Chinese buyers are coming in. You get waterfront. Waterfront means feng shui. Feng shui is that it's basically the Chinese design, and it's about light, and it's about air, and it's about water. So when you're waterfront, very good feng shui. If you have a big road in front of your building, not very good feng shui. So I won't be a feng shui lesson here, but basically being in front of beautiful water like this is a great thing for Chinese design, also for feng shui. So you have Miami has the most waterfront new properties of any US city that I know of. You have Chinese developers planning on making Miami the big Chinese destination. You have Hainan Island has gone crazy, which is in China, southern China, and I would be very surprised if the developers and the big investors do not choose Miami as their, future Hainan Island, right? It's kind of because then now they're used to everybody's purchased real estate in Hainan Island, and they're used to it, and it looks very similar to this, although it's not as pretty as South Beach, and that's something you can talk about. Other things in Miami, fantastic schools, great schools here. You have very good sightseeing. Those are other things you can talk about when you're talking about Chinese buyers. Talk about the schools. Miami, you have a great combination of wonderful beaches, very international. That's another thing you want to talk about. Chinese buyers don't want to go to a small town that's very small thinking. They would rather go, they'd feel more comfortable, as you probably would if you traveled overseas, in a more international environment where there's different people, it's open to new people moving in, and they feel comfortable, right? Miami, you hear all languages spoken, all Chinese, Japanese, English, German. I've heard every single day here, all kinds. You just walk down the street, you'll hear 20 languages being spoken, Portuguese and everything. And I was gonna say, those developers, they also think that there's gonna be an ethnic change and that this is an opportunity for the Chinese to come in and buy in a big way. This remains to be seen, but I believe it to be true. I've read it in several sources, heard it from many people. So there's like 20 different tips, different ways you can market Miami or any place like Miami, and that's using art and exclusive access to get the most wealthy, ultra-rich Chinese buyers. It's Paul Sala from South Beach signing off, and I'm gonna go jump in the water. Thank you very much for watching.